Ladies and gentlemen, hello to everyone. Welcome to the live streams. Aston Villa away at Spurs. It is a Big Six game. I mean, you could argue Villa are a bigger club than Spurs, but technically, according to Sky, it's a Big Six game for Aston Villa. And I've already put the winning 2-0. That is not the case. Bear with me. It was also Villa are away. That's how you know that I've made this mistake. I mean, I hope it's not going to be a 2-0 to a home team. But we'll go through everything, the lineups, all that good stuff. I'll explain my thoughts for today as well, which I'm a bit scared of, to be honest. This Tottenham side, I don't know what Spurs side are going to come out. That's the worrying part. It could be the Brighton game, you know, the second half, or the first. Well, you could get the first half of the Brighton game, or the second half, where Tottenham were amazing first half and were absolutely abysmal second half. And that's just a tad scary, I think. Right. We'll go through the lineups of both teams. Like I said, Aston Villa, I mean, there's not really any change I would make. I'm quite happy with the lineup. In goal is obviously Emi Martinez, world's #1 back-to-back Yashin award winner. Luka Dean at left back, Pau Torres, Konza, Matty Cash at fullback. Tielemans Onana pivot with Ramsey on one side, McGinn the other, with Rodgers behind Ollie Watkins. I mean, it's pretty standard. I like the fact Cash is back rather than Konza right back. I love Emery, but the guy should stay in the middle. It drives me genuinely insane when he doesn't. Because I feel like Emery Konza is wasted out wide. He doesn't attack very well because he's a centre back at nature. So like, he's not exactly a progressive fullback. And yeah, I mean, personally, I'm happy to see that. Spurs, Vicario in goal, Pedro Porro, Romero, Dragusin, and Udogi in defence. Kulusevski, Bentancur, and Sarr as a midfield, with Johnson on one side, Son on the other, and Dominic Solanke down the middle. I mean, it's a strong Spurs team. I think both sides more or less have the majority of the team out there. Hey, doing Luis is up the Villa. I appreciate all the support as always I get on these channels. Let me know what you guys think. Give me some score predictions in the chat, maybe. But yeah, what this means for both teams. Aston Villa currently sat 5th in the Premier League. A win for Villa would take us above Arsenal and Forest. I mean, the fact Forest are 3rd is crazy to me, to be honest. I mean, that should be another video on its own. But we do go above Forest and Arsenal. We'd push Arsenal out of the top 4, which is fantastic. AAP said, I think it'll be funny if Cash scores. I mean, I'd love it. Cash, he does score some clutch goals. Remember Lille in the second leg, got a very late deflected goal. Middlesbrough away last season scored a very late, I think also deflected goal. Tom Lee's 2-1 Villa. It's not going to be easy today. It's not going to be easy. Like I said, Spurs are very hard to predict. A very difficult team to predict on them. I mean, we can have a look at their recent history. No trophies you'll find in there. They did beat City. It was a strong Spurs outfit, in fairness. And they did beat a changed Man City side. I mean, Phil Foden played a false 9. I think that says it all, really. John Stones and Diaz did play, but, it was a very much changed City outfit. But Spurs did win. The week before they lost to Palace, I watched the game. I thought Palace arguably should have won that 2 or 3-0. Gave Palace his first win of the season. Like, if that Tottenham team can play, we'll be fine. AVFC says, AVFC Dan, sorry, I should say, up the Villa. Rich says Spurs to win 2-0. And Real says gonna be a draw 1-1. Like I said, mate, this is not. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy for either team. Tottenham. They lost to Brighton. Like I mentioned the Brighton game a few minutes ago. Brighton, they were winning 2-0, very comfortable. Thought they played really well in that first half. Thought the game was dead and buried. And then the second half, a completely different Tottenham team came out. It didn't even feel like the same players. And the belief just went. And I feel like Spurs can be a little bit like that at times. West Ham game, I thought, that I think West Ham took the lead in that. I know Spurs ended up winning that quite comfortably, but they were... I think for the first half an hour, it wasn't that easy for Tottenham. The last time I think they were comfortable thoroughly during the game was Man United, and that was with Eric Ten Hag. So I don't know. I feel like there are moments in games against Spurs, and just Villa needs to take those moments. I think it's the nicest way you can put it. Tottenham will probably fancy themselves at home. I know Villa have actually travelled to Tottenham in the last 2 years and beat them twice. If you remember, Pau Torres even getting a goal against Spurs after loads of people were saying, that Romero and just genuinely a lot of their defenders are better than ours. For Pau Torres to get a goal against him, which I thought was funny. And then Ollie Watkins got a winner. I don't think Villa played that well that day, but we did get the win, and that's all that matters, I guess, in the end. Charlie says City lost yesterday against Bournemouth. They did, and Arsenal lost to Newcastle. I made a video as well on TikTok basically saying that Villa, we never capitalise on stuff like that. We always seem to drop points. When other teams drop points, we drop points. And that's a really frustrating thing with Aston Villa. And Wolves manager said, who do you think will win today, Man United or Chelsea? Tough one. I think new manager bounce. I mean, he's not technically there yet, but Maresca has Chelsea playing good football, but I think there's a little bit of a feel-good factor now around United. So I wouldn't bet against United. I wouldn't say United to lose, basically. I think a draw minimum, if not United home win. Especially the fact that United won, was it 4-0 against Chelsea at home last year? Rail said, even though I'm a Spurs fan, your lives are class made best team win. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Bradley says, can't believe my team beat Northampton. Yeah, Kettering won. And my local side knocked out Huddersfield. Honestly, magic of the FA Cup. This is why I love the FA Cup, man. You get all these weird, bizarre stories. You can't write it. It makes this sport so great, genuinely. Prediction for Spurs Villa. Now, I said in my preview, right, if it weren't for the fact, now this is going to sound silly, right? If it weren't for the fact that Aston Villa could take advantage of teams like Arsenal dropping points, City dropping points, I would have said Villa to get a point, if not all three. The fact that we could actually go above Arsenal will probably mean we'll lose this game. And it's heartbreaking for me to say that. It really is. It really is. I feel like we're going to lose this game 2-1. It's the most Villa thing. I said in my video, it was like Sheffield United away last season. Not away, sorry. Sheffield United at home last season, when Villa could have been top of the league at Christmas and we drew. And we nearly lost. No worries, JJ. And Alfie said up the fucking Blues. Okay, mate. Are you playing today? Sutton, I think. Yes, Sutton. You are winning, in fairness, but how... I know, I mean, it's the FA Cup and all that, but... dear. They were in League 2 last year. Not that far away from you lot. Keep yourself humble, eh? Oh, man. The players are getting onto the pitch. Come on, you Villa boys! Let's cook today, please. I want to be wrong so bad. I hate being right on this channel. When it's negative about Villa, I always want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. I want these Villa boys, seriously, to make me look like a mug. I just have a really bad feeling for today. I'm not going to clickbait. A lot of people, on TikTok especially, will be like, oh, I think Villa are going to win this game. Like every game, like insert team, we're going to humble them. I'm not like that. I don't rage bait. I don't rage bait on this channel. I just say it as it is. I'm very real. And I just got a very, very bad feeling. Tottenham, this is a huge moment for them as well. With their rivals dropping points, this is a huge moment for Spurs. 10th in the league. They've had a dodgy start. Ange Postecoglou with the pressure on his back. I feel like that's going to be a lot for them to push forward and get a result. I mean, they'd go 2 points behind Arsenal. It's just that's incentive, isn't it, for them? Wolves manager says, do you think Villa's chance to win the league? My answer to that is it's a bit of a boring one, but I feel like any team, if you're within reason, right, in terms of point tally, you're in a title race until you're not, right? And Forest will not win the league, right? But Forest are 6 points behind the league leaders, so technically they're in a title race. It won't last. I'd put my house on it because Forest are a very good side. Don't think they'll keep up this momentum. But that's the way I look at it. It's the way you have to look at it, right? You can't tell me that Arsenal are in one, but Forest aren't when Forest are a point above them. That's just how I view football. I think, especially when Leicester won the league in 2016, I feel like, especially in this country, that's how you got to look at it. And And right now, I think if you're within, I mean, it's early days, right? That's another thing. Like the table changes every game, where it doesn't as much towards the end of the season. I feel like if you're within, I don't know, if you're within 8, you're probably just about there. You look at when Arsenal bottled the league, they were 11 points clear, and they didn't win the league that year. So, the Finnegan says we beat Spurs. Palace, you should smash them. Hopefully your lads are well rested. I mean, Palace, I will give them credit. With your manager on the line, you got a good win against Spurs. Beat us midweek. I know it was a changed Villa team. We take the piss really with that competition, but yeah, I've missed quite a few comments. I apologise because the players are just about to kick off the game yet. Jezza says, "Come on, you Spurs." Andrew says, "Villa scores first." Rail says, "We don't know which Villa are going to play. The one that beat Bayern or the one that lost 4-0 Spurs." I will say, it was only half of that game was terrible. The first half, I thought Villa were in that. No, I'm saying it about a 4-0 game, but I thought Villa were slightly the better team in the first half and then collapsed second half. Robert says Ange Ball. Tom says Spurs will win. Wolves manager says I don't support. You got Wolves in your badge, so I mean, fair enough, mate. Robert says Ledley King lives in Romero. Hopefully he's not as injury prone. Hi mate, how are you? I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you? Andrew says first goal being first 15. I mean, you could put a bet on it. Villa will kick us off as well in the home strip. Albie says I reckon 2 on Villa, and Yella says hello. Come on, you Villa boys. We are underway. Hello to Bo on YouTube. Like I said, guys, I'm live on both YouTube and TikTok. Feel free to support however you want. And the commentators already mentioned the fact that the Yashin Trophy was won by Emiliano Martinez, which I love. I love Emi Martinez. I know it's cope, right? And I know it's technically not true, but to me, he's the best keeper on the planet. And I wouldn't change anything about it. I really wouldn't. What he's done for Villa is just amazing. And well, he's winning Yashin awards, so like he can't be doing too bad. I know some people said like Lunin probably should have won it, and I do see the argument. I do see it, but at the same time, I'll always back my keeper, and I love Emmy, so I'm not going to be upset. Alright, I've just fixed some overlays. Guys, I am live on YouTube and TikTok. We do have overlays on screen for everyone else. If you want to have a slightly better viewing, you can get over there on YouTube, but just watch how you want. Yellow says 4-2 Aston Villa. Dexter says, come on Villa. Do you have Premier League? I do have a Premier League fantasy team. I bought in Chris Wood. I was late to the party, but I bought in Chris Wood before the Premier League weekend, and he got a goal, so I'm happy. But if Chris Wood starts to dry up, blame me, because I waited so long. I thought Chris Wood's goals were drying up. I was like, he can't keep the record going. He can't keep scoring. And then I got to a point where I'm like, I have Haaland in my team, who's nearly triple his price, and I'm like, Wood is scoring every game. I kind of have to fit him in. Fergie Time Red says, United want you lot to win, as then if we can go... I can't even read today. United want you lot to win, as then if we win, we can go above Spurs. I mean, yeah. Man United... I mean, to be honest, I'd give Amorim a little bit more time, really. I'd give him, like, the season off. I don't think it matters where you finish, because Ten Hag's damage is, like, almost irreversible. But obviously you want to finish as high as you can. Ramsey for Villa has a shot from distance, and that's the first shot of the game, and it sails over the Spurs goal. Less said of that, the better. Do you want a dog, as mine is doing my head? Can you send it over via TikTok? TikTok shop, buy a dog. Oh, my days. Not a bad start, though, for Villa. I mean, Ramsey with a good bit of dribbling down the left. Ball fell to Not Ramsey, sorry. It was Ramsey with the dribbling, but the ball fell to Rodgers and poor shot. Digne the ball for Villa. Gets an early ball in towards Watkins. He did gamble. Dragusin got just about enough there. Villa get a corner, I think. Oh, but that has gone wide for a goal kick, despite claims from certain Villa players. This early cross from Digne caused a bit of problems there for Dragusin. Should Ollie have connected a little bit better with that? He seemed to just miss the ball. I don't actually think Dragusin did too much there to put him off, which is kind of the frustrating thing, really. Do I have a? I need to make a league. I usually do, but I didn't make one this year. How you doing, Murad? What's good? Fergie says we moved up without even playing. Oh, wait, I read that, didn't I? Mr. Blaze set up the Villa and Cocker Spaniel being naughty won't stop. What do you think of Duran? Do you think he will stay? History says no, because he's if you remember last year, if you're a Villa fan, there were times where he kept removing his like Villa out his bio, and he kept having like a black profile picture every time he wouldn't play. And then, the whole West Ham situation. I know in his celebrations he'll do like, I'm staying here, but I just think that's what footballers do. I feel like he did sign a new like long-term contract, but he might get a bit upset if he doesn't play as much as what he wants to. He's just got to be patient. Ollie Watkins is the best striker behind Harry Kane for England. So he's got to remember that's who he's up against. Duran is brilliant. Duran would probably start for at least half the Premier League, but if not more. But he's got to remember Ollie is just incredible. We've got two unreal strikers. A lot of teams struggle to have one, right? Arsenal, I don't think have any top striker. I think Villa have two, which is a really funny place to be in. Tielemans looks like he was dispossessed there. Is Bentancur into Son. Udogie into Son. Udogie on the overlap. Villa, very compact so far. Everyone behind the ball. It might be a bit more of a defensive setup for Unai Emery. Which I don't mind that. At all. I remember Brighton away 2 years ago under Unai was very defensive. It was like 6 players back. Porro with a volley has sailed over the stand. 5 minutes gone, is still goalless. I mean, shooting like that, no one's going to score. Murad says, we won finally, man, against Leipzig with Guirassy. And by the way, for Villa, I congratulate them for being first in the UCL. I mean, we're doing well. We're doing well in Champions League, mate. We're doing very well. Like I said, guys, I'm both live on YouTube and TikTok. Feel free to follow both if you haven't already. On YouTube, we do have stuff on screen, like stats and stuff, which I'm actually just going to put in now. If you just bear with me. There we go. Bit of XG there. I mean, we're gonna see very little XG so far with the 2 volleys that sailed over. But yeah, I just need to edit one little thing. That's all. The dimensions seem to change every time. It really bugs me. I keep these the same, but they seem to change. Every live stream, it seems to change itself. Forest are cooking, mate. Nottingham Forest are doing really well. If you're a Forest fan in chat, let me know, because I'll give you guys all the praise you want. What phase? Can someone tell me in the chat what phase Nuno is in? What phase is he in? Because people keep telling me, right, managers are in phases, right? And it's a process. What phase is Nuno in? What phase? What do you think of Dortmund? Is Dortmund versus Barca? Do you ever? I think they mean the versus. Probably Barca for that. Dortmund, I just think are very inconsistent. Especially, I mean, they're away from home. I definitely put Dortmund to struggle because they've not been very good away. You got to look at the Real Madrid game for the collapse second half. That's just typical Dortmund. That's why I call Dortmund, and not just me, but Dortmund are called like the Spurs of Germany for a reason. Yeah, so far it is still 0-0 between Spurs and Aston Villa. Not really much has happened, just a long shot from Rodgers, sailed over, and a volley from Porro, which probably the ball is still travelling, to be quite honest. I mean, I always say this every stream. If people, as a community, right, if people find links for games and they're consistent, I usually pin the comment in my YouTube, and then people are able to view it off that. I'm watching it on Sky Sports. Whenever games are live on TV and I can access it, I will legally watch it. But obviously, we don't get every game, which is ridiculous, really. I mean, I talk about it every live stream, but 3 p.m. blackout has to go, blood. Has to go. Martinez for Villa. We play out from the back. Digne. That'll be a throw-in to Villa, very deep in our half. I mean, the press from Spurs. It's going to be interesting. Two very high lines against each other. I will say, though, Villa don't have quite the pace that you'd want for a high line. But I think Ollie's reasonably fast. Just no Bailey today. We've got McGinn. McGinn out one side. It is a shame. Yeah, McGinn and Bailey. Not Bailey. McGinn and... I wish it was Bailey. McGinn and Ramsey. Ramsey dribbles really well. But he's not the fastest. And here is Ramsey on the ball against Romero. 3 on him, actually. He has to go backwards towards Digne. How do you get your thing up there, the scoreboard? I'm streaming on... See, I help people, right? I see people ask TikTokers all the time for streaming help, and they get ignored for some reason. But I like to give as much help as I can, because I have to teach myself everything. I'm just streaming on from my PC, and you're able to stream in horizontal mode and vertical. And because I'm streaming 2 different outputs, on YouTube, you get the full view. On TikTok, you get a smaller view, but I get to choose what goes in that view. And you can do it through OBS, you can do it through Streamlabs, which used to be called Streamlabs OBS. But there you go, there's your help. And it's free as well, especially on Streamlabs. You don't have to pay anything extra. There you go. For anyone who's an aspiring streamer, you can literally just download an app, stream to 2 different platforms, 2 different views, and it just makes TikTok streams just a lot nicer to look at. But yeah, I'm nice. How's the game so far? Very just uneventful. I think that's the word I'm looking for. High line against high line. I say high line. Actually, Villa are a bit deeper today. We've played high line most of the season, but we're a lot deeper. Which I'm very surprised with. But Spurs play their usual way. That's what I like about Unai Emery, right? He doesn't play the same thing every game, and he likes to make us a little bit unpredictable. And I feel like, when you can play different ways, you have plan B, you have plan C. I feel like Ange Postecoglou, I really like him, but if plan A doesn't work, I feel like they struggle a little bit because they just focus so much on plan A. They don't really have plan B, plan C. Jason said, if we can get a point, I'll be happy. Come on, Villa. I mean, you want to go for all 3, but Spurs away, you would be happy with that. Villa getting pressed the life out of, by the way. We're playing passes across our goal line there. And Brennan Johnson with a tackle. The ball goes out of play. It is the modern way of playing. It just makes me nervous. That looks like a foul on McGinn. Free kick to Aston Villa. It is. Udogie with a push. If that wasn't given, Villa in trouble there. Because McGinn losing the ball very deep in our half. We were very exposed. Stop roasting my team. I've been cooked. Oh yeah, you're a Dortmund fan. And we were robbed against Wolfsburg. Anyone watching that match would have told it was a robbery. I'm surprised major tournaments in Germany don't have VAR, but I'm sure actually Germans are probably happy with that. Yeah, 12 minutes gone, 0-0. Like I said, a point's not bad. Long way to go, though. Long way to go. Villa playing very deep, very organised. 11 men behind the ball at all times. A typical Unai Emery setup, a defensive one. Free kick to Spurs, foul on Tielemans. I don't think Tielemans has started this game very well, I'm going to say that. He's a little bit sloppy. I love Tielemans. Tielemans has been one of our best players this season. He's been dispossessed. That one was a Ramsey foul. He was wagging his finger at the referee. Decent crossing position for Spurs. I mean, you can't really shoot from there. How's it going? So far, like I said, it's very uneventful. Not a lot has happened. Villa playing very deep. I think it's going to be a very low-scoring game based on Villa's setup alone. We're playing because our wide players are dropping deep. It's like having a back 6, not even a back 5. Ramsey and McGinn are just basically holding hands with Digne and Cash. Free kick to Spurs was very wasteful. That's just spooned off the head of Dominic Solanke and gone out for a goal kick. But yeah, this is not how I expected Villa to set up. We're playing very short from goal kicks, as in we've literally got 3 players inside our own box. However, Emery does thump it long, which might have surprised Spurs a little bit there, but they do win the first ball. Villa win the second, though. Onana into Tielemans. Come on, Villa. Can we transition into attack? Tielemans down the left into Ramsey. He's had lots of the ball so far today. JJ into Digne. Tielemans, lovely touch for Tielemans. Takes it past Kulusevski. Here's Ramsey. Digne in the overlap. He finds him. Can we get a cross? It's very... I feel like we could have rushed that a little bit. It's very slow, methodical play right now. Jason saying we're playing for a point. If we go one down, things... Oh, yeah. Yeah, it will change. Lie Detectors on YouTube says, I'm sorry, lad, but by being a Dortmund fan, you chose to be miserable. You probably have got a few years from your life. That's rough. But I do agree. Yeah, 1K. Guys, double tap the screen. I appreciate you all as always, but if you can double tap, that'd be fantastic. And if you haven't already, follow the account. Not many Villa fans on TikTok. You know, I probably follow a fan from almost every team in the Premier League. If you haven't followed a Villa fan, here's your opportunity. Just going to put it out there. But yeah. Free kick to Aston Villa. Bentancur on John McGinn. McGinn holding his hand there. Did he get... I think he accidentally stepped on McGinn's hand there. 15 minutes gone it. Oh, I was coming for you for your page. W TikTok. Is Torres into Digne. Bit more of the ball now, Villa, which is nice to see. Ramsey. Into Tielemans. It's quite cool. I like this actually, because like when we've got the ball, we do push a lot of players forward. But when Spurs are having their spell of possession, we drop really deep. So it's like we're playing 2 different ways. Usually a bit more consistent. If you have a defensive setup when they've got the ball, you most likely will have a defensive setup when you attack. But it seems to be like a blend of the 2, which I kind of like. John McGinn against Udogie. McGinn goes down, and McGinn... Oh, the referee had his whistle in his mouth and decided not to blow in the end. Counter-attack for Spurs. Oh, it's an overhit... Well, it was an overhit pass, but kept in play by Brennan Johnson. The referee, I think, has bottled the decision there. The referee looked like he was going to blow for a foul there, but decided not to in the end, and Villa got caught out of possession. It's an overhit pass on Kulusevski, but Brennan Johnson does really well to keep that ball in play. Gets a corner for his work as well. Murad says, don't worry, I know I'll probably die for you. That's just a bit grim. Due to how many heartbreaks the team has given me. Blame my 3-year-old self for choosing Dortmund. Oh dear. Well, you know, you enjoy the good times, and the bad times hurt. But the bad times make the good times feel better, you know? Digne loses the ball really cheaply to Kulusevski there. Cross the back post. All the way, boys. Bloody hell. Onana and eventually Tielemans with a deflected clearance. How that ball found its way all the way into the box there, pretty much to the penalty spot, and Konzo with a desperate lunge to clear... Well, I say clear the ball. He cleared it like 5 yards. And eventually it was smashed away by Tielemans. A little bit messy there from Villa. And it all started because Digne gave the ball away sloppily. Son against Cash, and Cash wins the ball. And ref, is that not a foul on Cash? Or is it a slip? Son. Oh. A long shot there from Bentancur. I mean, I don't often say this, right? And I don't think many people can often say it and mean it, but I would have had a better shot there. I don't know what Bentancur... I don't know what his technique... I think he was off balance, maybe. His technique was wild, and he's absolutely blazed that. Blazed that into Rosed. I think of Barca... What do you think of Barca versus Spain? You mean the club against country, huh? To be fair, people from... Isn't Barcelona like a Basque place? Don't they say... Aren't they like... Don't they not consider themselves Spanish? So I'm sure they wouldn't even mind that. Come on, you Spurs is the Beast 24. Bentancur's shot is... Yeah, the Bentancur's shot has probably just landed in someone's back garden. Is Cash. Oh, really, Cash? Really? That's the pass you look for? I don't even know who's trying... That's how... You know how bad a pass is, by the way? When I can't even figure out who it's supposed to go to. That's when you know the pass is bad. He's just hoofed it long, and it's gone straight to the goal. I genuinely have no idea who that was supposed to be for. Son, that's a good ball. Adogi, what a block from Onana. Brilliant defending, and he's a bit angry as well as he shouts. I don't see who he shouted at. Maybe Cash for letting him go. Or Cash actually went out to Son, which meant Konza probably should have gone across to Adogi. But Onana was clearly not happy with the way Villa defended that. Bubble Professor says, I love Matty Cash. You'll never walk alone. Cash is something. Corner though, to Spurs 20 gone. Thoughts on the Palace game the other night? Some people reckon, I don't think... I think Unai does not give a toss about that competition. I think it's fair to say that. The fact Joe Gauchi's in goal. You know, Tyrone Mings. I love Mings, but if he was really serious about competition, does Mings start that game? Rest my case. Shot for Spurs was deflected, but it was offside anyway. Emery did dive the wrong way and then had to recover. Still made a good save in fairness, but it wouldn't have counted regardless. Son against Onana does really well. Gets pulled down there, and a free kick to Spurs is given. Onana is protesting, but it you know, that tackle wouldn't look amiss in rugby. So I will say, Son's played really well so far. Son his passing and his movement has caused Villa a couple issues down the left-hand side. Most Premier League clubs don't care about... Yeah, I mean, yeah. Unfortunately. Which, I want to win a trophy, though. I know, like, you know, owners would rather be in the Champions League and make more money and look at it that way. I want to win trophies, man. That's my take. I'd rather... Oh, shit. Just knocked over something. I would rather win a trophy, because no one will remember who finished in the top 16 in the Champions League this year, 10 years from time, but they might remember who won the Carabao Cup. Oh dear, who had that shot? Sarr has just hacked a ball, tried to shoot. The ball's gone up, not towards goal. Finishing from Spurs. Do they not practice? Genuinely. Lidus X says, Yo, AJ, what do you think will happen in the Man United Chelsea? I did get this question earlier today. I think United will probably win that. You know, with a bit of a feel-good factor around the club. A good win against Leicester midweek. Ten Hag sack. Probably would back United. Especially the fact that United battered Chelsea at Old Trafford last season as well. Let me know what you guys think for the United-Chelsea game. Will you be? I mean, imagine a lot of you will be watching it. Aaron says, come on, you Spurs. 22 minutes gone here. Still Spurs 0, Villa 0. Bentancur just had a shot that went over. In fairness, that one was a lot closer than the other shots that we've faced. I mean, the bar is very low. Although I don't think Tottenham think the bar is low. They think the bar's 100 foot high. Keep trying to blast the ball in from miles out. And it's taking people out in the street. I support Tottenham, GG, whatever the results are. Fair enough, mate. I hope you enjoy the game. Guys, double tap the screen. I appreciate all the support as always. I'm live also on both YouTube and TikTok. If you want just a better viewing with stats on screen, the YouTube video is there. AJS TV. Is Spurs on the ball down the right? Paro. Villa very deep. So this is what I mean. When Tottenham have their prolonged periods of possession, Villa drop very deep. Very deep. But in transition in attack, we actually push a lot of players forward. And there was that moment where McGinn was, well, he was fouled in my opinion, but the referee didn't agree. And Spurs did hit Villa on the break. And that's the only time really we've had less numbers than them. because obviously we can't transition our players that quickly from attack to defense, but they're a bit slow sometimes on the ball, which allows Villa to drop into a shape. It's almost like a back six when you've got your left mid and right mid just sitting alongside Digne and Cash. Here's Digne, long ball forward. I mean, it's just hitting home. I don't know. I don't like those passes where it's like, I'm going to hope Ollie gets to that, but he probably won't. I feel like you should go for a pass. In those situations as well, deep in your own half, you should go for a pass that you really think will find its target. Not, let's hope Ollie gets there. Cross flicked on really well by Digne and caught by Emi Martinez. Hi, it'd be good for us. Man United wins that. I mean, United win that game. You never know. Like I have said, even earlier in the stream, that United probably could take the season off, but we're still early. Maybe if United could get a bit of momentum with Emery, and they could still actually end up getting like top 6, mate. I think top 4 is going to be a big push, but top 6 they could probably fight for. Free kick Villa. The commentators actually just made the point I was going to make, which there's been a lot of fouls in the game. There really has. This game has just been all free kicks. Kedline says, if SP, I don't know what you mean by that, mate, if you could elaborate. And Lie Detector says, I know you might find stupid for actual football fans, Murray, why don't you just... Don't change your team. You don't do that. That's going against football rules. You just gotta, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And unfortunately, your sword is your football team. Free kick Villa. Tielemans free kick. Straight into Vicario. That's a good throw. And Spurs actually could catch Villa out here. Kulusevski against Cash, who's having to cover the left-hand side here. Kulusevski cross. McGinn with the header away. I don't think I've ever seen McGinn with a headed clearance inside his own box before. So, thankfully, Villa are back in shape now. What a throw from Vicario, though. What a ball as well. Johnson. His cross went through the legs of Cash, but well caught and well watched by Martinez. Cash having to cover the bloody left-hand side because of the long throw. I mean, to be fair, Johnson's probably offside anyway. That's a really good high line from Villa in that sense. We're very deep, but in those situations, that's very clever from Villa's back line to just be a little bit higher than you would expect. And it caught Brennan Johnson offside, even if he did put the ball in the box for a Spurs goal. Onana for Aston Villa. Good pass as well into midfield. Ramsey pulled down there. Free kick to Villa. Good bit of play that from Aston Villa. Super Liga says, up the Villa, LA. Jerome, how you doing, mate? He says, hey. Also, don't spam the caps, Murad. How you doing, Flapcat Gaming as well? 26 gone here, Spurs 0, Villa 0. Again, just not a great deal has happened, really. Spurs tried to hit Villa on the break a few times. Lots of fouls. Another one as well, as I'm talking about fouls. That one was a pullback from Ollie Watkins. Free kick to Tottenham on the halfway line. I'll give the refs some credit, actually. Because he's not actually given many yellows. He could have been a bit more of a harsh referee here. Yeah, the stats come up on screen now. There's been 13 fouls. 13. Alfie, I wait till like Black Friday or when it's on discount, basically. Because like football kits in general are just so expensive these days. Like, not even just Villa, but in general, like it does kind of take the piss. So I kind of just wait until there's a discount. I applaud a lot of you as well to do that. Is Romero into Dragishin. Spurs goal inbounds is William. I mean, I don't know. Their finishing has been really off it. Really off it. What is the time? We do see... The time is... Bro, it's there. I mean, if on TikTok it's there. On YouTube it's over there. Bro. It's on screen. I put it on screen for a reason, bro. I've also missed something now. What did I miss? Oh, good tackle actually from Bentancur and Ramsey. Good challenge. Well, we can see player ratings as well. That's another feature on the... I don't want to just plug YouTube all the time, but we get some player ratings here. And as you can see, they've actually given Ollie a 5.7 right now, which I don't necessarily disagree with. They've also given Romero a 7.5, as Romero and Cash is the highest rated player in the game, according to FlashScore, which is also quite funny. Of all the criticism I give Cash, and he's apparently been the best player today. Man said, what is it? Oh, good ball. Ramsey, that's brilliant. Deflected over. Jacob Ramsey, that was fantastic. Really good control of the ball. Who did he roll past so easy? He rolled past Romero like he's not even there. He's just sent Romero to Tesco, bro. And his shot just deflects over. Goodness me. I think it was it Dragusin with the block? But yeah, Romero was sent. Really well played. I think Ramsey's arguably... Look, the stats won't say it. I personally will say Ramsey's been our best player. Pretty much every attack has come through Ramsey. Corner to Villa, punched away by Vicario. Interesting, we're trying to swing the ball right into Vicario, and I know he's not the best with claiming crosses. Digne's cross is decent. Onana! Off the post! Onana's header hits the post for Villa. And that is the closest either team has come by a mile in this game. Lovely cross from Digne, first time as well. Right towards the back post. Onana's header comes back off the post. Hits Vicario. I mean, that could have gone in off Vicario, to be honest. Oh no, saved onto the post. It was saved onto the post and then back off the post onto Vicario for the second time. And it's gone wide for a corner. Goodness me. So nearly 1-0 Villa. Yeah, it was a save. I thought he hit the post. It was saved onto the post and then back on him again. That could have gone anywhere. Brilliant goalkeeping, Vicario. That's Digne's crossing ability, that is. First time ball. He's whipped in such a delightful cross to far stick. Goodness me. Morgan Rogers is trying to unsettle Vicario here a little bit. Also, Vicario's a bit of a short keeper, isn't he? Because Rogers, I think, is only... I say only. Rogers is 6'2". And he's taller than Vicario. Corner to Villa. In-swinger. Headed on! Yes! It's called Rogers! Morgan Rogers scores! 1-0 Aston Villa. What a goal! And he's freezing. He's ice cold in front of goal. It's Aston Villa who lead at Tottenham. And, well, Vicario's complaining about the goal to the referee. Will this be looked at? That is the question. But right now it is Tottenham 0, Aston Villa 1. Super ice cold Rodgers, baby. Love that. Oh, does VAR have a look at it? That's the issue, though. Is there a foul? Ah, it's never a foul. Never a foul. Never a foul. If they disallow that, the game's gone. That's never a foul in a million years. But Vicario is just too weak on corners. I said this on crosses, but I suppose you could extend it to corners because it's what crosses are. It's ice cold, baby. Morgan Rogers' influence is crazy. His influence is crazy. Cole Palmer had to steal it. Imagine stealing Rogers' celebration, bro. Crazy. When any team has a corner, crack myself, and that's why. Mate, it's a Vicario. Look, Vicario is one of the best shot stoppers in the world, right? Genuinely. I mean, you look at the header from Onana, right? Perfect example. Unbelievable header, unbelievable save. But he's just terrible at dealing with crosses. He's far too weak. The Arsenal game as well showed that too. He's just far too weak at defending crosses. Which is why Villa are just able to pin him back almost. It was Rodgers, ironically, the guy to limit Vicario's movement, and then he has a tap-in. Oh, really good defending and goalkeeping from Konza and Martinez together. 33 minutes gone here. Spurs 0, Aston Villa 1. Morgan Rogers, the goal scorer. How's your XG? 0.4. He had a I was going to say, XG is... Oh, it's gone up now. It has gone up. It's now 1.12 for Villa. So it's probably not updated. Rodgers literally couldn't miss. Oh, lovely tackle. Rodgers has been brilliant. Is McGinn for Villa? Was it only 0.7? It should be like for shots like that. You'd imagine it would be like what 0.85, 0.9. Now it says 2-0 to us. Where did it say that? Where did it say 2-0? I can absolutely promise you it's only 1-0 to Aston. I say only. I'm very happy with it. But it's only 1-0 to Aston Villa. I've had some comments on YouTube which I've missed. I apologise, guys. And also on TikTok as well. All Bentancur's fault. Jack says it updated. And he's predicting 2-0 to Villa. Oh, I misread because I'm an idiot. You never know, mate. Cross from Son is drilled into the hands of Martinez. Marnie on TikTok said Aston Villa thought they were Bayern Munich in 2013 with that little set piece they tried. Oh, against Bayern, the one where it's like you fake one. It's like constant fake. It's so cringe, man. I hate it. I'm glad we've not done that. We've not done it since. Yeah, it was a Bentancur deflection. It was nearly an own goal. In fact, it was a really good save from Vicario to deny a Bentancur own goal, but it just led to a Rodgers tap-in, unfortunately for Spurs. It was terrible defending from Tottenham. Chicky says, score prediction. I actually predicted 2-1 Tottenham. I genuinely, and it could still be that, but I'm very happy with how Villa have started this game. Defensively very resolute, very deep at times, and I think we've done quite well. Son, back to Destiny Adogi. Spurs go from left to right. Yellow Wall says, yes, come on Villa. And Eddie said, yeah, Morgan Rodgers did score and did his little cold celebration. Porro against Digne by the corner flag. Everyone back defending. Deflected cross, corner to Spurs. I'm not joking when I said the furthest Villa man was 30 yards from his own goal there. Jack says on YouTube, I have to watch second half of Liverpool Villa next weekend on a second TV because for some reason it's 8 p.m. on a Saturday, so I'll have to overlap with it. Oh dear. Surely the football takes precedent in your life. Although I will say, bizarre time for a game. Digne clears the corner. Woke nonsense, kickoff time, and Flapcat says, get some of those AR glasses, watch as you play. Yeah. That's quite funny. Is Digne for Villa? Oh! Tielemans through the legs of Dragusin. McGinn gets a 1-2 off a Spurs man, but then loses the ball. And now here comes Son down the left. The roar of the Spurs fans. It's Son against Cash. Son skips inside. Great tackle. And Nana again, who's been absolutely brilliant in midfield. A complete warrior. Making blocks and challenges throughout this entire first half of Villa when we needed him to. Really good. Really good defending. And very unlucky to not score himself as well. The commentary team just said it's the 5th Tottenham corner of the day. First full tournament I'll get to play in English this year. I miss you. Well, you enjoy your tournament, mate. Corner to Spurs. In-swinger from Porro. Martinez. What a catch, man. Not many keepers would do that, by the way. Not a lot of keepers would not have the bottle. I'm looking at you, by the way, Vicario. Not many keepers would have the bottle for that. Have you got? No, I actually, unfortunately, I'm a sucker, and I do pay for both Sky Sports and TNT. I also have Amazon as well, and it's still not every game. How fun is that? Ball from Vicario long towards Morgan Rodgers. Good takedown as well. McGinn back to Rodgers, down the right. What a pass as well. Watkins back to goal. Does go down. And it was probably a bit soft to give as a foul, but there was contact there without the ball. But, I mean, it would have been a little bit softer, I guess. Kulusevski skips past Tielemans, crossing beyond Digne. Really good defending from that man again, Annan. I mean, Annan has been amazing. Tamworth clear of it. Have you seen the long throw, by the way? You've seen the goal in the FA Cup? It's such box office. Like, Rory Delap is sat there on a beach, tears in his eyes, seeing someone with his long throw capability destroying a League One team. Just pure football brilliance. I love it. Here's Ramsey. That is mad. Yeah, the issue is when Huddersfield were in the Premier League, Villa were in Championship. And they only had 2 years there. Digne going from straight. Oh, Digne. I mean, look, I could make a whole video on it. I might even turn this clip into a video, right? Clip farming over here. Digne has stepped up to an unbelievable extent. Like, we bought in Maatsen, and Digne has just decided to be, you know what? I want to be one of the best left backs in the league. So I'm not losing my place. I'm going to work really hard. I've never expected, look, especially when we had him under Gerrard, I never expected Digne to be as good as what he has been. Digne has been absolutely brilliant at Villa. Very proud. Very proud. And I feel for Maatsen. I feel like Maatsen, when he arrived at Villa, probably expected to play every single game. Genuinely, probably expected to play at least 80%. The fact he's been kept out, it's not harsh. I mean, it is harsh on Maatsen, but at the same time, you can't drop Digne in his form. He's been absolutely brilliant. And it's great to see, you know, two incredible players in the same position. It's just a shame that our right-back side isn't as strong, unfortunately. Cash for Villa, we take a free kick short. Tielemans, we tried something really clever there and it doesn't work. And now it could be a 3-on-3 here. That's a terrible ball. Terrible ball for Spurs. McGinn cushions it back to Martinez. Thumped long by the Argentine towards Watkins. He actually wins the header, but goes only as far as for Spurs. Yeah, I mean, Bogard, Cash, Nedeljkovic are just all not really good enough in the nicest way. Matt's only 22. Murad said Rodgers. I love Rodgers, man. Rodgers, if you're a neutral, you have to love watching Rodgers play. Like, him and Ramsey are just pure football, pure dribbling. It's just so nice to see. So, 1-2 with Son, dispossessed. Tielemans looks to be fouled there, but Villa still keep it. Ramsey clips the ball looking for Ollie Watkins. Good pass. Watkins against Dragusin. Villa on the break. He's just on his own there. Ollie. He tries something very smart there. Ollie had to wait for Tielemans to support him. Tielemans then tried to ping a pass through to Ollie, but he's really well defended. Bradley says, Villa winning, yay, glad to hear it. It's been quite good, actually, so far this game. I've been really proud and really pleased to see what I've seen in this game. I think Onana defensively has been an absolute rock. I think Ramsey has dribbled really well. Probably deserves more praise for how he's playing. I don't think Ollie's played that great. I think Ollie's, again, I feel for him a little bit because he's a bit isolated out there because of how we've structured ourselves defensively. But at the same time, I don't think he's held the ball up very well, or I don't know. I'm being heavily critical, probably for no reason there. Here's Rodgers. Chance, though, for Ollie Watkins. I mean, that's literally case in point there. Ollie Watkins gets a through ball, has a chance to make me look like an absolute mug within seconds of saying he hasn't been playing very well, and he just slips and drags his shot wide. If there was ever a moment I wanted to be shut up there, that was it. And Ollie slips as he shoots, and it just sails wide. It sails wide. Oh, my days, man. We're conceding first and winning 2-1 via shithouse again, says Jack. Oh, you're shaking next week. Oh, yeah. Villa Anfield. Fuck me. It's gonna be a rough few weeks. Yeah. Can't wait. Can't wait for an Ollie Watkins goal at Anfield and then Villa to lose. Or saying that, Villa also love to come from behind. So, like, this is going to be very interesting. Villa have won a lot of games from losing positions, and so have Liverpool. So, it's going to be a very interesting game. I don't think either team wants to concede the first goal. Phase 1 slot machine is 7 points clear of Phase 6 Mikel Pool. I mean, look, Mikel Arteta. This is probably one of the most controversial things I've said on this platform, right? Arteta is one of the most defended managers ever. He has one trophy in 5 years, bottled 2 league titles. What do you have to show for it? Ten Hag is a failure, and he was a failure, had 2 trophies. Arteta's only trophy was Unai Emery's team. It was an Emery team that he completely dismantled and has yet to win anything with. And now, if Villa, which is a big if, but if Villa hang on to beat Spurs, Arsenal aren't even in top 4. Arsenal pushed out of it. Mad. Nate says Villa lucky to be in front. I mean, you've just not been watching the game. I think Villa nearly scored seconds before we actually scored. So I think you're watching it with Spurs tinted glasses there, mate, unfortunately. You can have your own opinion. I just think your opinion's wrong. NHS Aubameyang carry... Exactly. And yet Aubameyang, the reason why Mikel Arteta has any trophy at Arsenal, he fell out with and sold him for free. And then he let him go for free, and then Barcelona sold him for 12 million. But apparently you can't sell 30-year-olds for money. Incredible club. It's always hard against Liverpool, though. Flatcat says nothing new this season. I mean, a very good Villa team were very comfortably beaten 3-0 at Anfield last season. I thought we did really well in the reverse game at home. 2-0 down, then John Duran special. A bit of John Duran magic. Where does Kamara fit in? You could say, Kamara is so harsh as well, right? Kamara was one of our best midfielders, right, when he was playing week in, week out. But Kamara, unfortunately, if we had every player fit, doesn't start ahead of Onana and Tielemans. Tielemans has played the Douglas Luiz role to an absolute T, and Onana is an absolute monster in midfield. Very box-to-box. Good at attacking corners, good at defending them. He's just everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. So it's unfortunate. It really is, right? But we've got Champions League games. We've got lots of games this season. Kamara can definitely play a part. But unfortunately, I don't think he starts ahead of Tielemans or Amadou Onana. Alias says kind of scared of Villa next to me. I mean, we're going to be a big test. I think the last time Liverpool had, other than Brighton at the weekend, the last big test Liverpool had at home was Forest, and they failed that. So you never know. You never know. I don't think Liverpool played very well away at Arsenal. I think you can get at that team. Oh, Onana's been dispossessed. Chance for Spurs. It's Solanke. It's a great block, Esri Konza. Huge block from Konza. And that is the end of the half. That's brilliant. What a way to end the half of Villa. A chance for Tottenham to equalise, 3-on-3. And Konza with probably a goal-saving challenge to deny Spurs there. What an end to the half. Come on, you Villa boys. Come on, you Villa boys. Absolutely buzzing. Jack says it's refreshing. We don't have to rely on Alisson to make 4 one-on-one saves in the 85th minute when 1-0. Are we just forgetting Chelsea? I mean, I'm still not... Oh, shit. I'm still not that set on Chelsea being that great. I don't know. I still think that Chelsea are... People like to say to me that Chelsea are back, right? I don't know. I look at the Palace game at home. I look at the fact they drew with Forest. Forest had 10 men, couldn't beat them. They lost to Liverpool. I still think they're they are at least remotely beatable. But people are telling me Chelsea are dead set to finish top 4. I don't think it's going to be as easy as that. Hello, PJ. How you doing, Ty? How you doing? Janae says up the Villa. A Mad Bull Club said there are levels to this game. And an up the Villa from BSS Quad Bro. But yeah, that is the first half. What do you guys think so far? Villa do lead by a goal to 0. Morgan Rogers, he's ice cold. And he put Villa 1-0 up with a tap-in. As Bentancur, basically, Agent Bentancur, really, helping Villa. As he nearly scored an own goal. I felt for Vicario a little bit. Because he makes a really good save to deny an own goal. And then Rogers just has a tap-in. A very easy tap-in. I think Tottenham... I don't think Tottenham have been that great. I think they've had their moments, but I think Villa have dealt with them. Emmy's not had to make a save, really. Villa go up to 3rd with a win if we can hold on. Villa, I think people are forgetting this. Liverpool, City, Villa and Forest have all only lost once this season. If Tottenham lose this, Tottenham would have lost more than they would have won. You know how mad that is? Tottenham have lost, if they do lose the game, would have lost 5 of their 10. That is mad. Is there pressure on Ange? I mean, it's not even a question really, but like, is there serious pressure on Ange Postecoglou if they lose? Like, it's beyond the honeymoon period now at Spurs. And look, they could very easily come back and win this game, right? But as of right now, 10 games in, to lose 5 of them, if they do lose to that, I mean, even if they win, they still would have lost 4, which is mental this early on. But that is genuinely mad to me. Genuinely mad. I'm just reading some Spurs comments now, right? Dominate possession entire game, don't create and take chances, concede a cheap set piece or breakaway goal, the Tottenham Hotspur experience in our game. We need Maddison to create. Someone else said the complete lack of creativity in the final third is laughable again. Behind his way. Oh wait, that's another comment, not a Spurs fan. Tottenham could really use a 9 that is actually a threat to score a goal. Is a really harsh comment. Please address set pieces, says another Spurs fan called Kieran. 0 shots on target. I'm tired of praising Solanke's work rate. When can he actually do some of the striker stuff? That is a really funny comment. Yeah. Charlie says up the Forest. I mean, Forest are cooking, mate. Absolutely cooking. And the question, do I think Rodgers should be rested at some point? Probably, but I think we've rotated quite well. I know Rodgers is a key part of our team. Maybe, I mean, we take him off for Duran half the time. But in this kind of game where you want to be defensive and compact, it's probably not going to be one of those games, unfortunately. And RPG Gamer says, I do feel our midfield kept losing the ball. Defenders constantly chasing back in the first half. It's not by any means been a fantastic performance from Villa, but I think we've done the basics, right? I say this every live stream. You have to do the basics in football. And I feel like we've done that. I think Onana has been a perfect example of that. Defensively brilliant. Defensively resolute. Digne early crosses have been perfect. A little bit sloppy. I don't think Ollie's played well. I think Ollie's really struggled. I mean, you could literally look at, if you look on YouTube, Ollie has a fat red score, is all you need to say. Every Villa player has a good score except for Ollie Watkins, which is quite funny. But he's not been on it. And he had the chance to really mug me off because I was in the middle of talking about Ollie Watkins not playing very well. And he had a one-on-one in that second and he put it wide as he slipped. He's just not played well. But it's a team effort and he's holding the ball up. And to be fair, like I said, I feel for him a little bit because we're very deep. So he's having to do a lot of it on his own. He's a bit isolated, bit of a graveyard shift he's having up there. If we win, though, it won't matter. That's what I will say. And some people in my comments were saying that Villa were lucky to be ahead, but the best 2 chances in the game were both Villa ones. And within seconds of each other, Onana with a header brilliantly kept out. Technically 3 chances to score because Bentancur nearly scored an own goal with an unbelievable save from Vicario and then a tap in for Morgan Rodgers. So we've had 3 great chances to score and we took one of them. I don't think Spurs have had any great chance, in fairness. Got to foul the keeper to get a goal. I mean, I'm not being funny, mate, but I don't think we do. I think Rodgers just stands... In fact, Vicario, if you look at the goal, Vicario pushes Pau Torres away and then pushes... Rodgers isn't even doing anything. Vicario just pushes him. So you want to go that far, you can. But that's just sour grapes. I would be, if you're Spurs, right? I would be more against the fact that Vicario is just not very good at corners. Vicario is a great shot stopper. Yeah, Vicario made the save. He literally pushed Rodgers away, made the save against Bentancur, but a confident goalkeeper goes to claim crosses. You look at Martinez at the other end. Every cross that's thrown in, smashed in, volleyed in, all that stuff. Emmy's there every time to catch it. Vicario is never off his line to do it. Ollie says, up the Villa Pookie. Thanks, Ollie, mate. Duran on the 70th, I think. I've probably Duran for Ollie, but we won't see him together. I don't think so. Fergie Time says, need another one. We do. People say 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline. You've never watched football. 1-0 is easily the most dangerous. I think it's like just a funny thing to say in sport. I don't know. Super John McGinn needs to release the ball a bit quicker, says Richie. And Fergie says, I can see Ange getting sacked if this carries on the season. Like I said, 5 losses. 5 losses, 4 wins for Tottenham. Chris says, come on Spurs. A Spud says 7 shots, 9 target. Standard Spurs so far. Low block us, then do us at a corner. I mean, it's the perfect away day. It's genuinely, it's Unai Emery at his best. Defensive setup. Do your basics from set pieces. It's literally it's your most simple but effective Unai Emery strat. Vicario can get. I mean, Vicario, he can save. His shot stop is great, but he can't catch crosses. Yeah, as Fergie said, he couldn't catch a cold. How is a Dogi Bentacle not booked? To be fair, he's not booked anyone, and I feel like there could have been some. Ollie Watkins probably should have been booked for a pull down. So I'm not going to blame referees. I try not to, right? Because I often find I do. All right, Chris, mate. If you're gonna spam, you're gonna get timed out. There's no need to spam. Come on, you Spurs. I don't think that's gonna make them play any better. You lot have not exactly been that great today. So I'm going to mute account. There you go. Sorry, mate. Yeah, I don't need several comments on it, Chris Pell, unfortunately. Amadou Onana's best first half performance in a Villa shirt. I mean, it's definitely up there, Luke. I think Onana has been absolutely brilliant. Pell says we lost to Bournemouth. I've missed some comments as well. I apologise. I didn't realise there was that many. Tottenham against anyone but City needs to be studied. I was hearing Cole Palmer best in the league shouts, but got locked up by Curtis Jones. And Palmer will have a good season, injury notwithstanding. I'm seeing motherfuckers compare Slot's run to Ange when Slot has actual football intelligence. Flatcat said depends on Ange exit fee. Jack said Ange needed Liverpool down to 9 men and a last minute own goal to be asthmatic club. You make me laugh with some of the things you say, man. Vicario made the set. You can't claim the crosses. I mean, I'm just saying in general, Vicario doesn't claim crosses. It's more of a showcase, really. You look at the Arsenal game. You look at a lot of games, really, this season. Vicario is not really often off his lines to catch crosses. I think we pin him, really. We pin him back. And it's very easy. It's not just us. It's very easy to pin Vicario back. He's not a tall keeper as well. I think he's like 6'1", 6'2". Amadou, I've read that, didn't I? Lando Norris, deadass, is going to win the F1 championship. The sport is finished. Max Verstappen is washed, mate. Flapcat says so far, and Luke said Watkins very quiet, feel bad for him, very slow start to season. Why have I got a feeling he will leave? I don't know why. I mean, I doubt it personally. Thomas says, Mon the Villa. ADHD friend says, when will Ange learn they need a set piece coach up the Villa? And Nana's been outstanding, best player seen at Tottenham Stadium this year. Oh, Nana's been brilliant, hasn't he? Absolutely brilliant. Nearly got a goal himself. I mean, this is something I've said on this channel before, right? Why were we like able to buy Onana so easily? Apparently there were teams interested in Onana. We came in, offered money, got accepted, and it was done within days. Where was the competition? Onana is an unbelievable midfielder. An incredible holding midfielder. He's 6'5". He defends corners well. Everton fans have been saying they conceded more corners this season because Onana's not there defending near post. And it's as simple as that. I don't get how it was so easy for us to get Onana. Like, real talk, man. Yes, Spurs worst start to Premier League season, but Big Ange is fine. I mean, a little bit like Mikel Arteta. Ange's not really being questioned as probably much as I thought he should be. JT said, Borough fan can't believe he let Rodgers go. Mate, he's so good, isn't he? He's so good. Some Middlesbrough fans, I'm sure you're not going to be one of them, but some Middlesbrough fans were saying that Middlesbrough robbed Villa when we signed him. That he was, not worth the money that we spent. I think it was, 16 million with add-ons? That we were getting robbed. And I don't think there's a single person on the planet who genuinely believes that now. But that's what I was reading in comments when we first signed him. It's because Spurs were in, but we're too tight, says G-Bands. And AVFC dances up the Villa. Because we don't mess about, we highlight a player. I mean, I will say that. We're very professional with the way we buy players. Very professional. When we bought Danny Ings, no one knew about it. No journalists, no one related to even Aston Villa. Even the close Villa a sports journalist didn't know about the deal because we get things done quite efficiently. Hasn't Onana already scored more? Yeah, he scored more goals for Villa. I don't think he scored more. I think he scored as many. I think. But the fact is even level. He was at Everton for a few seasons. It's crazy to think about. Yeah. I don't know what Sean Dyche was doing with him, to be honest. Maybe he just had him as like a really, really defensive holding midfielder. But we've seen what can happen if he gambles a little bit. Or, if we make him a bit more of a target on corner. I don't know. I don't know, like, how they were so ineffective at using him. Jay Leonard said, in Emery we trust. We're also very professional when we buy players. Keyword is when we buy players, says Jack. Never ask a man his salary, never ask a woman her age, and never ask a Villa fan about the 15-16 season. Oh, I just covered that up with how good were Leicester, eh? And then people forget Villa were bottom of the league that year. Villa, though. Villa were 2-0 up against Leicester that year and lost, and we drew with them at home. So, to be fair, if you just looked at Villa-Leicester games, you would never think that Leicester were like a title-winning side. Leicester were top of the league, went to Villa Park and drew against a very poor Villa side. We actually made them look kind of average that season. Most boring first half, Everton Spurs are dominating, you says Zach. I mean, you can dominate all you want, mate, but have you put the ball in the back of the net? As of right now, no. So, like, this is what I mean, right? People say dominate, possession, stats like this. Does it matter if you lose it? Does it really matter? What have you done with possession, eh? Because the best 3 chances to score a goal today, Onana header saved by Vicario, Bentancur nearly scored an own goal, and Rodgers with a tap-in on the line. So you can have all the possession you want, but we've had the 3 best chances to score. The 3 best chances. And thankfully, they were all kind of, within a passage of play. I mean, one led to a corner, and one was a rebound from the other one. So it didn't matter in the end that we missed the other 2. But the 3 best chances were Villa ones. Tottenham doing a team huddle as the players are back on the pitch. Still a long way to go in this game, but you can't tell me, right, that, Villa have been dominated, Villa this, Villa that. Villa are winning 1-0. Villa are 3rd in the Premier League. What would you rather? And I rest my case. Flapcat says, Villa through hard times and the good every season included. You got, like I said, the bad times make the good times better, man. Luke said, I'd love a 4-3 win. First Villa Onana goal, Watkins and Ramsey. I'd rather a 1-0. Get a clean sheet. I may be on boring. I love a 1-0. Onana was an attacking PMP player. Wait, what? Onana was an attacking CDM. This is utter woke nonsense, according to Sean Dyche. I love Onana goal, Ramsey assist, Watkins goal. I mean, I just love a Villa win, mate. And Lie Detector said, have you seen Michael Richards on Pundit TV? I wanted to ask how did he play in Villa? I just wanted to know because I got interested. I know he wasn't. Richards was terrible at Villa. He was terrible. People laugh about it and all, but he was terrible. And to be fair, he wanted to leave, and Villa stopped him from leaving, which is really weird. Yeah. I don't have to say anything more. James Maddison is on for Tottenham. I don't think anyone expected otherwise. Forest, the new Leicester 2016. I mean, Forest are cooking, mate. I'll give him credit. I said Forest to get relegated. I'm a clown. I might do a video on that soon. I said Forest to get second bottom. That's probably one of the worst predictions I've ever made. I'll hold my hand up and say it. It happens. I don't think anyone expected Forest to do this well. Ember says, I hate supporting Spurs. If Spurs make a comeback, I think Bentancur has got to be subbed off for Maddison. Well, Maddison is on. I don't know who came off for him. I'll have a look in a sec. But that was one of the substitutions. Guys, double tap the screen if you're on TikTok. I'm live on both YouTube and TikTok. We've got, 20 plus on TikTok, 17 on YouTube. I appreciate your support as always. We've got stats on screen as well if you want a better viewing on YouTube, but you watch how you want to watch. Another free kick. There's been loads of fouls in this game. Absolutely loads of fouls, but not many cards shown. Which is very interesting. I've fucked up my scoreline already. There we go. Without 15-16 wouldn't be where we are now. That's true. That's true. It's like not getting promotion with with Steve Bruce. Probably would have been for the best. Losing to Fulham. Fulham are always our saviour. I love Fulham. Fulham are always there. You got to have a friend like Fulham. You need to have a friend like Fulham. Got to have a friend like Fulham. Going to be a no second half. This is from Benjamin. Yep. Oh, the Spurs fans are currently booing because they felt a free kick should have been given to Tottenham, but it wasn't. And now Morgan Rogers has gone down injured. Still booing from Spurs fans. It's not stopped. Anyone speaks about possession, just remember... Oh, yeah. Southampton. That's a brilliant stat. Thank you, Jack. Someone in my YouTube comments, brilliant fact brought out here, said, if anyone speaks about possession, just remind them Southampton have one of the highest possession stats this season. It's true. They have like 60%, don't they? Southampton love to keep the ball. What they do with it. Possession is... I did see a video on this, actually. I can't remember by who, but it was in the last few weeks. That possession is one of the most useless stats in sport. Because it doesn't mean you do anything with it. You can have 80% and just pass it sideways. I'd probably estimate Spurs have had 60% and have done exactly that today. By the way, one of the... I did speak about this the last time I did a stream, but Trezeguet is my hero. I should have him on my wall. Get a framed picture of Trezeguet. That guy genuinely saved Villa. Son cross, goal Spurs. What a cross. What a cross. 1-1. Oh my God. Well, we're in for a game. We are in for a game, ladies and gentlemen. Tottenham have equalised. It's an unbelievable cross. I did say this as well, by the way, that Son has played very well. Has caused Villa problems, and it's just a ridiculous cross. Drilled in. Oh, it's a really poor start to second half from Villa. I mean, you always say the fullback should close down the cross. And Johnson is onside. Creeps around the back. What a ball. And we've had 2 tap-ins. Little late, but Villa won 2-1. I remember your comment. Goodness me, man. Huge start for Tottenham. I'll give them credit. Huge start for Spurs. They needed that. And now Spurs on the ball again. Oh, Torres tried to see the ball out and a corner's been given. Goodness me. What are we doing? This has been really poor. Last couple of minutes from Villa. Messing about here. Tottenham have been brilliant second half. Well, the camera panned to their goal, and then as they're showing the replay, the camera's back with them on the ball in their own box. Sorry, in our box, sorry. Corner comes in, Emery with the catch. And can we just calm down? A bit of calma? A bit of calma would be great. Flat Cat says, so a Duran winner then? Make sure we don't lose the game at first. Bloody hell. We've just awful start, second half. Awful. Sleepwalking. I don't want to be that guy, but it's Matty Cash, man. It's just not good enough. Genuinely not good enough. Ramsey, that's nice though. Ramsey into Tielemans. Oh, it tries to find McGinn. It's really good interception from Udogie. And every time Tottenham get the ball, it's a huge roar from their fans. Udogie against Cash. Cash is shit, man. Solanke, great save. Cash is shit, man. Seriously. Every time Cash loses every 1v1 ever, man. I swear to God. Against Udogie, Cash is twisted left and right. And Udogie gets a really good cross into the box for Dominic Solanke. And a more confident striker makes that 2-1. He scuffs it into the ground. I am sick to death of Cash, man. He's absolute shit. Spurs, right, is an easy game plan for Tottenham. Just attack Cash the whole game. Just run at him all game. You'll win the game. You'll win the game because he cannot defend. Kulusevski cross. Defended by Konza and then lashed over. And a goal kick to Aston Villa. Cash is shite, man. He's absolute shite. Ripped to pieces. Feasted on these tears. We are above you in the league. And we've only lost once this season. All the money you spent, by the way, for you to get humbled by Man United later. Well, I will be there. I will be there. One of the worst seasons Arsenal have had in the last 3 years, and they're still above you, by the way. That's quite funny. It's supposed to be Chelsea are back, and Arteta has fallen off, and it's still Arsenal above Chelsea in the Premier League. Biggest club in London for a reason. Is Rodgers, that's not going to please the Spurs fans in the comments. Is Son, good tackle, Tielemans. I don't agree with that. He's given a foul. He has given a foul on the free kick to Tottenham. Oh, Rodgers is class. He's class. Sick to absolute death, man. Also, I've missed loads of comments. I apologise. Got Duran FBL Needham School hat trick. And Cash and Carlos weak links. I agree. Carlos is so mistake prone as well. Thankfully, he's not playing today. Need to spend some money on Jack. Spent 35 million on Matson for him to not play. And I get it because Dinier's been so good. But then we've got Cash, Nedeljkovic and Bogard who are all terrible at right back. We'll find a way to lose this game. If the game continues the way it is, we'll lose this. But as it stands, it is Villa 1, Spurs 1. Villa do climb above Arsenal as of right now. And it would be Villa's 4th draw of the season. Foul on Ollie Watkins, free kick to Aston Villa. And a yellow card. I mean, I'm very surprised to see a card actually come out. There's been so many fouls in this game, you'd think the referee left his book in his pocket. Or in the dressing room or whatever. Well, yeah, that's just a dirty tackle from Romero. Oh, from Porro even. Free kick to Villa. There's no intent for the ball there. He's just swiped out Watkins. Mill hold 4 today. What are you playing? I'll have a look. Oh, Burnley. Enjoy Burnley, mate. Oh, dear. Must-win game for this, to be fair, but can't see it happening. Are you Villa fan, Benjamin? I think you're Villa, right? I wouldn't say this is a must-win for Villa. I just think it's a must-not-lose. Cannot lose these games. Tielemans free kick. Right-footed. Oh, it's a really good free kick as well. It's John. Oh, McGinn. Oh, my God. McGinn blasts it. Full pelt. It's not that far away. That could have been goal of the month. Oh, it just spins away from goal. If it spans towards the goal, it probably goes in. It spins away. Oh, dear. Son's coming off. What? Huh? Son is off. Son, who's cooked Villa. Son looks... Yes, Son is stunned he's coming off. Son has been their best player. I am gobsmacked by that. Son is being substituted in the 55th minute. He's been their best player. He has cooked Villa against Cash. I mean, maybe they want fresh legs against Cash, right? But I don't know, man. This is a very bizarre change. Son off is great news. What are they doing? Is he bringing Basuma on for... Oh, it's Richarlison. I was going to say, I saw Basuma. Right? Is it a double? I think it's a double change for Spurs then. Richarlison. I mean, they're going 2 up front then. What? You'd imagine then. They're going to try and win the game. But, like, Son's been cooking Villa. So that change makes no sense to me. Look, having more players in the box, look, it might help them score goals, but they've got to get the ball in there. And one of the best ways to do it is with Son. So I'm really surprised with that change. Johnson's pass intercepted, especially with Ange, with a lot of pressure on Ange. It's a risky decision to make. Martinez tries to pick a pass, loses the ball. Is Sarr against Ramsey. Into Porro. Header away by Torres. Battling with Ramsey. Oh, Ramsey's done really well there. Digne just about finds the ball to Ollie Watkins. Rodgers, he collects the ball really well, but I think he doesn't get the contact he wanted. It just kind of skims off the top of his foot. He did come back. Yeah, look, he has come back from injury, but you look at Son's reaction. He just stands there, mouth open, and points to his shirt like, "What, me?" He did not want to come off. He does not want to come off. I know he's come back from injury, but horrible tackle. And it's going to be another booking, and the Villa players are just making the point to the referee that this is just disgusting tackles. This one from Romero on Rodgers. He is absolutely smashed into Rodgers here. Smashed into him. That would have, yeah. Bloody hell. No intent for the ball. Swipes him out. I think it's an unnecessary challenge as well. I don't think Romero needs to even do that. But that's both Romero and Porro on bookings now for Spurs. And Rodgers is a bit sore as he tries to walk this off. Danny says he must score, it'd be so important. I mean, like I said, I'd rather not lose the game. Yeah, the camera's just panned to Son. He looks really angry. Yeah, Son genuinely looks really upset that he's been subbed off. I told you, this sub is strange. Son didn't want to go off. Top 6 buyer, seen it all day yesterday versus Arsenal. I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised. I call it the Sky 6. I call it because I'm not gonna. I was gonna go on to a rant there. I'm not. It will upset people. I'm not gonna say it. But certain teams in Big 6 should not be considered Big 6, and I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, Sky 6, mate. There you go. Alex Ferguson at Aberdeen is so underlooked. I mean, he got them a European trophy, didn't he? Crazy. Why did your team do that to Son? We didn't do anything. Why did Son go off? Son's fine. Son looked angry he got subbed off. Why did Romero and Porro snap 2 Villa players in the space of 5 minutes for no reason? I think Cash is coming off for Villa. Advantage Villa. Cash is off. Is he coming off? Or is he just gonna... Is this gonna be a Villa change? What are we doing here? It is. So it's probably going to be Cons at fullback and then Carlos on. And Rodgers is still limping out here. I think he's still really hurt. You're right, you see it so much when you're breaking into it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, mate. And Dan said, I mean, a draw would be nice, but then Chelsea have a draw or lose for us to stay in top 4. Mate, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Romero's coming off. Oh, wait, no. He wants a boot change. He did that, which is an indication of a sub, but... He's holding down. I thought he was injured with his foot. And he still might be hurt, but... Is it a boot change? What is going on here? Is Romero's tackle? How was Romero hurt himself? Don't know what's worse, Cash. Now, Carlos, in low block, Carlos cooks, bro. Carlos, when we have possession, and we have the impetus to win a game, Carlos is ass. But Carlos in low block is actually pretty good. Look at the Bayern game. Right, that's a perfect example. Cash is off, Carlos is on. Come on, Diego. Come on, son. I'll donate 10k to you if they win the Champions League. I mean, it's not going to happen, so you might as well say $1 million, bro. Well, why don't you put your whole house? Son might... Yeah, I agree, Son might be carrying injury. I think Angie, that's the reason why they've made that decision, right? Still, it's bizarre. It is a sub. He is coming off. Romero is off for Ben Davies. So Romero is an idiot. He didn't have to make the challenge in the first place. He's now angry with himself that he's hurt. You're a clown. Romero, you're a clown. It was your decision to absolutely fly into Morgan Rodgers to clatter him. What did you expect was going to happen? You're going to hurt yourself at some point. If there's he can be angry only with himself there. He's an absolute moron, is what he is. Oh, for goodness sake, Onana's now gone down for Villa as we put the ball out of play. What's going on here, man? Oh, it's head injury. It's going to be a drop ball then, because it's head injury. Lots of stoppage in this game, man. Lots of stoppage. But yeah, Bissouma on for Bentancur, Richarlison on for Son, and Ben Davies on for Romero. So Onana had a clash of heads, passed the ball back to Martinez, and then went down with a head injury. And the Spurs fans are getting wound up here a little bit. Yeah, Son is just, I think Andrew's being protective of Son, and Romero injured himself by smashing into Rodgers for no reason. It's literally all on Romero being an idiot. He didn't even have to make the foul. He's just gone in to rip Rodgers for no reason. Maybe he's frustrated that Rodgers has had a good game. I don't know. But he stepped out of his position, smashed into him, and injured himself. So nice one. Is Ramsey against Sarr. Oh, Ramsey does really well there. And here's a free kick to Aston Villa. Free kick to Aston Villa. JC, I'm sure you have a low taper fade, mate. Imtiaz says, come on, Villa. These fouls from Tottenham are disgusting. Yeah, I mean, they've been very dirty second half. They weren't this dirty first half, but they have fouled Villa a lot second half. 62 gone in. Spurs 1, Aston Villa 1. Guys, if you haven't already, please do double tap the screen. Any support on the channel will be appreciated. I'm live on both YouTube and TikTok as well. So if you want stats on screen and all that good stuff, we've got 67 of you in the TikTok live. We've got 17 in the YouTube. Your support is amazing as always. JC, you're rattled, pal. Free kick Villa. Taken short. Edge of the box. Digne. Oh! It could have been a Carlos goal moments after coming on. It's just hit Carlos and gone wide. Oh, Carlos, if he reacted better there, he gets a goal. Carlos just doesn't react. Carlos does not react. Bloody hell. It should have been 2-1 Villa there. I'm happy. Oh, Forest are cooking, mate. Forest are cooking. Doing really well this season. Really, really well. What phase is Nuno in, huh? What phase is he in? Because Mikel Arteta's in phase 5, 6. And he's above Arteta right now. Oh, Carlos gives the ball away cheaply there. Richarlison. And that'll be an easy catch in the end for Martinez. Good pass as well to find Ollie Watkins. Watkins against Dragostin. Throw in to Spurs. Good press on Villa. Alright, so JC also says Spurs have been the better team. And yet the 3 best chances to score have all been Villa. Oh, if you want to include Rodgers tapping, well, it was a tapping. You want to include Johnson's tapping. The 4 best chances, Villa have had 3 of them. Then you scored your best chance. So, also, Richarlison seems to be playing on the left, which is a really bizarre decision. I thought they were going to go 2 up front. Richarlison's cross deflects, and it will be a throw into Tottenham. Anyone playing the new card? I ain't got it yet. But I've heard a lot of good things. A lot of people have been dropping FIFA for COD, which is quite funny. So it might be a purchase made soon. Could be. Is used Basuma for Tottenham? He's looking like they're going to win. I mean, it's very close. You could, if you asked me the question maybe 10 minutes ago, I'd have probably said Spurs. But, I mean, Carlos had a huge chance to make it 2-1 Villa if he just reacted. It's one of those. But it's been very close, very even game. Romero is an idiot because he got himself injured for no reason. Porro ripped into Ramsey for no reason, got a booking. Spurs have decided to be a tad bit more dirty. Second half for no reason. I don't get it. I don't think they needed to be as aggressive and as dirty as what they have been. But that's been maybe a change at half time. Maybe Ange wanted them to be like that. I don't know. But in doing so, Romero, out of position, smashed into Rodgers and hurt himself. Absolute clown. Sarr has blazed the shot well wide of the post. Slipped as he did it as well. And now Rodgers is down. I mean, Rodgers was limping since the challenge from Romero, so I do fear he might have to come off it. Danish says, my guess 3-2. Duran scores last minute. It ain't happening. And MTS says 3 points, please. Hi says, it's decent to be fair. It's just played really awful. A lot of camping. Yeah, I mean, you get that with every card. It's just card. Richarlison plays on the left. I feel like he's wasted on the left now. Richarlison, good heading ability. You want him in the box. Sometimes football can be just that simple. I feel like Son was doing really well. I'm really surprised in the change. United Chelsea. I'll tell you what. I won't do a stream for it, but I'm definitely going to watch it. United Chelsea. I'm looking forward to that. A bigger game. I might do more like non-Villa games. At some point, maybe. For a lot of the bigger ones. Harrison said, why are you thugs time wasting? So we finish above you in the table, mate. Imagine being like the third biggest club in London. That's crazy. Smaller than both Arsenal and Spurs is wild. Have shame. All the money you spent as well. John Duran is getting ready to come on here. Leverett, you don't have to spam, my friend. I read one. Come on, you Spurs. You don't have to keep doing that. So I don't want to mute you, but you kind of forced my hand, unfortunately, mate. I'll give it 5 minutes. Maybe just need a bit of 5 minutes in the corner. Yeah, Duran's coming on. Come on, John. John Duran, summer mine, and his Villans number 9, singing A-Y-D-B-D-B-Dum-Diddy-Doo. Come on, John. It's probably going to be John for Ramsey. Not Ramsey. John for Rogers, which I actually didn't think would happen. Rogers doesn't want to come off as well. Yeah, Rogers didn't want to come off and he's complaining. Unfortunate. Unfortunate, Morgan. But you got to be careful, mate. I'd rather you not get injured. But Villa go 2 up front. Duran with a handball there. Instantly coming on. Good tackle from Digne. Throw into Spurs. 20 to go here. Duran the hero, says Dennis. He did... look, Duran's been brilliant this season. He did miss a sitter against Bournemouth at home. So I really hope that's just like a one-off. But he had a huge chance to make it 2-0 and he missed. Oh no, was that a 0-0? It might have been at 0-0. But he had a chance to put Villa ahead. At the very least. You should stream for our game. I mean, it would be funny to watch United tears in 4K on stream. I'd laugh at both teams. You both ass. Captain Chaos says hi. A Duran winner, I would be very happy. But we've got to make sure we don't lose, though. Is Kulusevski for Tottenham. Brennan Johnson on the right. He does get an overlap of Porro. Ignores him. Cross comes in. Is terrible. Well caught by Emery Martinez. Guys, 73 of you in the TikTok live. Please do double tap the screen. I appreciate all your support as always. Like I said, I'm live on YouTube as well. If you want stats on screen, watch on the YouTube. Is Torres for Villa? Villa play out from the back. Torres into Digne. Heavy Spurs press here. Oh, it's just giving away. See, I like play out from the back, but it's poor. Although Villa get the second ball there with Tielemans. It was a very poor pass from Tottenham. They should have held the ball better. Is McGinn. Switches to play. Great pass as well. Into Ramsey. Ramsey in the box of Villa. 1-on-1 against Porro. Cross! No one there. Oh, he thought Ollie was going to stay where he was, but Ollie made a run to basically the goal line, looking for a tap in, but he was not on the same wavelength as Ramsey. That's unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. Those are the kind of situations where you need 2 players in the box there. One near post, one just sat by the penalty spot. So you've got 2 options. So like Watkins, in his mind, is like, do I gamble? Do I not? Oh, goodness me, man. One boy says MTS. Very end to end. I will say, as a neutral, this might be interesting to watch. Benjamin says got 2-1 Spurs written all over. I did predict 2-1 Spurs as starter today. Don't want to be right. Do you not want to be right? Long ball from Martinez looking for Ollie Watkins. Flicked up. He actually flicked it to himself. Watkins takes it down ahead of Adogi, but loses the ball. He's not played well today, Ollie. He's really struggled. Really, really struggled to get in the game in general. I think the centre backs have done well with him. I mean, Romero's off now, but I think he's just been dealt with very easily. Porro into Johnson. A draw wouldn't actually. It wouldn't bother Villa. You take a point away from it. They say win your home games and try not to lose away. It's like a very old way of thinking about football, but it is true. Just make sure you don't lose away. Cross from Porro, deflected, intercepted by Digne, throw into Spurs. Spurs, I think, are growing a little bit more into this as the game continues, which is not what you want to really see. Porro into Kulusevski. Good turn as well. Good tackle though, Pau Torres. Hacks it long. Onana flicks it on. I say Onana, it was John Duran. I say Onana because John Duran is so deep then, playing like a holding midfielder. If that's Duran that deep in our own box, bloody, you know what I mean. We have that many players back. I expect holding midfielder to be there, not our striker. Thrown to Tottenham. Need to keep the ball more. We've really struggled to keep the ball. Really struggled. Davis. Sarr. Good pressure from Onana. Forced Sarr out wide. Richarlison. Next manager to get the sack is 100%. I don't think so. I think Tottenham will give him a bit more time, a bit more patience. I just think Spurs don't really have a plan B. Their plan A, in fairness, has worked not that bad today, but I don't know. I feel like they're not going to get top 4 playing this football. Udogie, brilliant defender from John McGinn. Good pass as well into Onana. Onana with 2 players on him. Finds a good pass as well into Watkins. Watkins tries to skip past Davis. Really good tackle. That's a waste. Sarr into Johnson. What a ball. Goal. Dom Solanke. Solanke just chips Martinez. Oh man. Is there any hope of offside? That's my only hope. Dom Solanke chips the keeper. That's really good passage of play. All stem from Ollie Watkins trying to skip the ball past Ben Davis. We lose it because of that. And a good passage of play led to Solanke, who chips the keeper. For goodness sake, man. The only hope's offside. I think he's on, I think he's on. I think Konza's kept him on side. Oh, they're going to check it, though. Yeah, it looks like Konza's kept him on. That's so frustrating. It's only Konza and Carlos there, and it looks like he's off. It looks like he's onside. Yeah. Good finish, Solanke. Very good chip. Well, we have been poor in the second half, so yeah, it's onside. They've just drawn the line. Goal given. 2-1 Tottenham. To be fair, no less than what we've deserved. I think we've been really poor second half. Really poor. And I said this at half time, that Villa were a better team in the first half, but Tottenham can change games. Tottenham have this weird way of playing where they can be terrible one half, really good the next, and vice versa. And they've done really well. Yeah, 2-1 Tottenham. Goal stands. Solanke's been very quiet all game as well, but one chance taken. And you look at that moment from Ollie. You look at the moment with Watkins in the first half to make it 2-0 and he missed. And it's just kind of been that game, really, for Ollie Watkins. I mean, has a chance to make it 2, fails, and then it's him giving the ball away that's led to a Tottenham goal. And then Villa try and play an offside trap. Although, chance of Villa, Watkins, Duran with him, he's just gone on his own. Why? We've still kept it with McGinn. Tielemans, it's already a wasted chance. Ollie Watkins, man, has been absolutely dismal. Absolutely dismal. Still have it with Ramsey. Edge of the box, Tielemans. Cross. Good ball. Back post. Only half cleared by Dogi. Kept in play and alive by John McGinn. Again, we're just trying to keep the ball, but Watkins had a chance to thread through Duran, but he didn't play the pass. Onana has put it over the bar, for God's sake. Oh, my life. I saw this coming. It's just typical Villa. I literally said this in my preview. Typical Villa. Teams around us lose. What do we go and do? Also lose. And I love Emery, right? Emery's one of the best keepers, but he always goes down very quickly. So, like, I've always said, chipping Emery is probably an easy thing to do. I did say 2-1 Spurs. It is 2-1 Spurs. It's all because Konza doesn't understand we're playing an offside trap. And he keeps Solanke on. Because everyone else kept him off, but one player kept him onside. And it's not all on Konza, like I said. There's a huge criticism of Ollie Watkins in this game. Watkins has been terrible. Watkins has been their best player. Absolute shocking. And that goal's definitely been coming. Oh, it could get worse here. Sarr with Richarlison. He finds him. Richarlison. Game over. Solanke with another. And that is, yeah. Goodness me. 3-1. 3-1 Tottenham. Oh, my life. We have fell to pieces. We have fell to pieces here. And they've deserved that. Tottenham have been really good second half. We have just absolutely capitulated. Oh. Goodness me. Well, the only thing that will cheer me up is Mark Goldbridge tears or Chelsea tears later. I get one of them at least. That's just really poor. It's Pau Torres. It's just really poor pass. And when we've pushed players forward because we want to get a goal, we've got two defenders back. It's a 4-on-2 and they're going to score. What is Pau Torres doing? Genuinely, what is Pau Torres doing? It's such a terrible ball. And a great cross from Richarlison. And I'll give Spurs credit. I know the Spurs fans probably laughing at me right now, but Spurs have played really well second half. And this is, you know, it's the reason why we've lost this game is all because of us. Absolute shite from Villa. Absolute shite. First game in the Premier League this season where we've been terrible. In fairness, because the only other game we lost was Arsenal when we were arguably the better team in that game. Gutted. We've made the changes. We have made the changes. Which is Bailey, Philogena and Kamara. I mean, I think we've realised the game's over now. I know it's really annoying. I took Solanke out of the team. I took Solanke out of my team. That's great. Great, isn't it? Took Solanke out of the team. My FPL is mud. FPL is mudded. What a cross that is. Richarlison, I'll give him credit. That's a great goal. That is a great goal. Also, I don't know why. I get these comments sometimes, right? It's cracking Birmingham accent. I was born up in Shard End, went to university in Birmingham. Not everyone has to sound like this, you know. Right, mate. People make me laugh. Richie says, Watkins needs to be dropped now. Rodgers should not have gone off. It should have been Watkins. I mean, it was the injury is why. Injuries. I know he didn't want to come off. A bit like Son, he didn't want to come off. We've deserved this in fairness, and it is only Villa's second defeat of the season. Which, if you'd have offered me that this far in, I probably would have took it. Gutted. Cole, you have no eyes. We've had a bad game, I agree. But we play good football. We're one of the most entertaining teams to watch. It's a shame we've been shite today. Well, you obviously don't watch Villa a lot then. Forest above Villa, Spurs and Arsenal. Forest are cooking, mate. Nuno ball. Nuno ball. Yeah, we've not played well today. I think we've deserved this really. We've not turned up second half. Fair play to Spurs. They started the second half exactly how they needed to. I think this is Ollie Watkins, one of the worst games he's ever played. Watkins has been terrible. He's been absolutely terrible. Win for Spurs has probably kept Ange in the job. Because I feel like if he lost today, he might have got the sack. So, I mean, it would have been more losses than wins. So Ange Postecoglou is back alive for the next few weeks, you'd imagine. Cole, my friend, who do you support? If you tell me Man United, I'll piss myself. Villa downfall, we're here for it. Who genuinely hates Villa? Unless you're like a Blues fan, you should never hate Villa. You should want teams like Villa to exist to fight against the Sky Six, you know? Here's Kamara. Good takedown. Oh, lovely bit of play. Bailey. Oh, Vicario does well. Catches the ball. I replied to this guy and he just blanked me, so he's getting muted. What a weirdo. I get weirdos on this channel. Only hate Cash, love Villa to be like Cash is shite, man. I hate Cash. He's so bad. I don't hate him, but he's not very good. He has like loads of Villa fans blocked, like his dad, sorry. There's loads of Villa fans blocked on Twitter because he gets criticism. But like, what do you expect? You support Leicester. You do realise Leicester mean nothing to Villa, right? I don't know why you're being so angry. So angsty against Villa. Why do you hate Villa for, bro? Villa, I absolutely promise you, Villa do not care about Leicester. I see this as well, Coventry. Coventry fans sing shit on the Villa. I have never heard one Villa fan say they dislike Coventry. It's so bizarre. So bizarre. Free kick to Tottenham. That's over to Villa. It was a Madison foul. Nice to see Kamara back. He's had a long-term injury. He plays here and there off the bench. Get him some time on the ball. Konza for Villa into Torres. The 2 goals were from Dom Solanke. He had a very quiet, poor first half, but he's done really well second half. 2 chances, 2 goals. Literally. And that's just what you want for a striker. Watch this Newcastle comeback. I mean, Eddie Howe, pressure on him, got the wins. Good win in midweek against Chelsea. And a good win against Arsenal. I mean, 2 fairly difficult games. Clean sheet in both. Winning both. Credit where it's due. Onana for Villa. Out wide to Konza. 5 minutes to go here. And Spurs, you would imagine, have all the points now. Bailey against Gray. Cross deflected, Villa corner. We're 4th best return to the Premier League for... we've had a good season so far. We're allowed 1 blip, right? And it's the only game I think we've been poor in fairness. But like I said, the Arsenal, we probably deserve to win that game. And it's the only loss we've had prior to this, so... One of those. First half, thought we were good. Second half, we've been terrible. So it's not even a full half of football, you know? Also, I've just realised I've missed some comments on TikTok. Oops. I support United, but I don't get how you can hate it and Villa. I don't know. Game has gone to plot. I think Rodgers should have stayed on. It's obvious he wanted to stay on. See, Sam, he says one win from 5 league games, poor form. We're seconds away from beating Bournemouth. I think people are reactionary, you know. We're still having a very good season. This will be our defeat, you know, our second defeat of the whole season. Only 3 in all competitions. And bear in mind, that's like a changed outfit. A Tottenham fan is saying shit on the Villa. You realise, you know, Arsenal think you're minuscule. Chelsea think you're minuscule. If you want to make Villa a rival, I don't think that'll work, mate. I've never, again, yeah. This keeps Angie in the job, you know? 4D chess. Throw from Porro. Won back by Torres. Kept in play by Watkins. Chelsea go third now if we win. Says Nathan. Is Philogene into Kamara? You mean the same Postecoglou that we beat 2-1 away last year? Digne cross deflected. In fact, we actually won at Spurs ground the last 2 years. Villa top 4 still on? Yeah, of course. I don't know what it's like saying, you know, Arsenal losing to Forest. That's the season done. Like, people are so reactionary. It's football, man. Calm down. Calma. It's football. We're 10 games in. Spurs could still finish mid-table. You never know. Digne cross. Gonna go to the far stick. It's Bailey. Oh, it's deflected. Just so unfortunate. It's gone to the wrong player. Carlos heads towards Bailey again. I remember you finishing below Villa last season, mate. Do you remember that? You know, the reason why you play Europa League is Digne gets a corner. Spurs fans are so easy to wind up. How does it feel losing to Spurs? They are bad, and they will take your Europa Conference League spot. Well, you've just criticised both Villa and Spurs in one comment. So you're saying that Villa will finish 8th and Spurs will finish 7th. You might get one of those. Martinez got... okay. I thought Martinez was nicknamed the Impassable. Well, he is a World Cup winner, back-to-back Copa America winner, and the Yashin Trophy Award winner. Corner comes in for Villa, and a free kick to Spurs is shown. Onana smashing into a Spurs man. 10 minutes of added time. 10 minutes of injury time. Yeah, you'll still win a trophy before Spurs. I feel like Luton Town probably have more chance to win a trophy before Spurs. Yeah, I know Diamond is not good. I mean, we finished above you for back-to-back seasons, so it's not just one good season, is it? Because we finished above you the season before. I don't know. Again, so this is really funny, right? So Spurs fans said one good season, Villa think they're the bollocks. Spurs, I don't know how Spurs are considered, right, Big Six. What have they won? They've never won a Champions League trophy. Even Forest have 2 of those. Their last trophy was 2008. Why are they considered big? Tell me. Why are they considered Big Six? Why, mate, James, you're twerking for your rival. You should seriously log off. Twerking for your rival, you are shameless. That is mental. I would say non-league Solihull are bigger than Birmingham City, right? You are wrongin'. You are wrongin'. You never back your rival. That is crazy. That's like rule 1 of football. Chris Pearl says Palace bigger than Spurs. I mean, West Ham won a trophy more recently than Spurs. West Ham with more European heritage than Tottenham. Kamara into Duran. Duran looked to be shoved there by Ben Davies. Your League One, yeah, against your rivals. Against your rivals. Our rivals play in League One. Our rivals play Wickham in a league game. That's all I'm gonna say. It says Villa have one good season. We've had 2 good seasons. We've had back-to-back. With Unai Emery, one of the best managers in the world. I don't know where this one comes from. We finished above Spurs 2 years in a row. Well, even with them winning against us today, they will still be below Villa now. It's Postecoglou with his, with the pressure against him right now. Like I said, if he lost today, could have seriously been on the chopping block for the sack. Very easily could have been sacked. That would have been more losses than wins. Because, okay, Ollie, you need to seriously, watch more football. Because you can win individual games. So, all right, let's take FA Cup, right? Kettering just beat Northampton. Does that mean 7th Division side Kettering deserve to be in League One because they beat them? I don't get this whole... I don't understand it, to be honest. You can win a one-off game. Does Kettering deserve to be in League One? No, they're 7th tier side. They won a one-off game. And we also... Okay, this Ollie is literally 8 years old because he said we beat you every season. We literally beat you 2-1 at your ground last year. And we beat you at your ground the year before. Okay. Honestly, I'm fighting with children on TikTok. It's over. Hello to my beautiful YouTube chat. Yeah, it's just literally 8-year-old Spurs fans who haven't watched football before this year. Telling you this will end 3-3. I mean, we're not going to score goals, mate. Unfortunately. Both said I'm back. Don't want to be here. Or anyway, to be honest, yeah, it's rough. It's rough out here. Like I said, I've actually given nothing but praise to Spurs. I think Spurs have been a really good team. Second half, I think they've deserved to win. I don't know why I'm getting banter. I really don't. I think they were poor first half, and they played really well. I thought Villa have just not turned up. Seriously, have not turned up in the second half at all. Asking for a defeat. I think if we played most teams in the Premier League today, with the way we've played second half, we've played most teams, we'd have lost. Genuinely have been really poor. Konza not realising we're trying to play a high line and keep Solanke offside as he's just really out of position. Pau Torres, sloppy passing, giving the ball away, get caught on the break. And then not only Torres gives the ball away, but then doesn't watch his shoulder as Solanke slips behind him. So it's just, the making of our own downfall. Making of our own downfall. Guys, double tap the screen. I appreciate all your support as always. We had lots of new viewers and new followers today. And you've all been amazing. And yeah, I'm a bit sore. We lost. It's football. It's football, And, people say it to Goldbridge. People say it to AFTV. If you go into the comment section of any AFTV video yesterday, you'll see it there too. It's football. It happens. We move on. It's going to be a bit sore, though, isn't it? But we've had a good season. We beat Bayern Munich this year. We've only lost one. Prior to today, we only lost once. Still above the likes of Chelsea. I mean, that could change today. Still above the likes of Chelsea, Spurs, and a lot of teams in the Premier League who are decent. So, yeah. Free kick Tottenham. Oh, what a goal. Oh, my days. Maddison makes it 4. This has been a dismal day. This has been absolutely dismal. It's a great free kick. Emery doesn't even dive. Which, wow. I thought it was going wide with his reaction. Great free kick. Great free kick. Yeah, we've been pulled to pieces second half. It's the Villa way. I said this in my preview. Teams around us drop points. What do Villa do? We also drop points. We never take advantage of it. We never take advantage of teams around us. It is what it is. Solanke anime edit on your head. Solanke is bigger than your club. Look, all I'm going to say is I will hopefully enjoy the United game. It doesn't matter. I'll get tears either way. Chelsea win, I get tears. United win, I get tears. I will be there. I will be there. But Villa have been shocking today. And in fact, Villa haven't even tweeted they conceded a 4th goal. Absolutely dismal. I'm not going to stream the game. I'm going to watch the game with a beer and enjoy it. Is what I'm going to do. You guys have been amazing. Can you, if you can, follow the account? We've had a lot of new followers today. Not many Villa fans on TikTok, or at least I can see. So if you haven't already, please do hit the follow button. If you have enjoyed the stream, I know a lot of rival fans are enjoying it. So if you want to enjoy it again, click the follow button. I'm live on YouTube as well, AJS TV. I do live streams, YouTube videos, all that good stuff. Vlogs of games. If you want to see all that, go over to YouTube. All the good stuff. We have 119 viewers on TikTok, by the way, live. 119. And I think 80% are Spurs. Jack says, if we're doing this, then we're going to be awful against Liverpool. I mean, God, I don't want to think about Liverpool next week. Got to be better, though. We've got to be better. We've had a very good first half and a very abysmal second half. I did say as well, Rodgers going off. We didn't really have anyone to replace Rodgers. And he does play a pivotal part. He carries the ball forward. He's an option. He gives support for Ollie. And when you got 2 out-and-out forwards, you lose that support in midfield. It is what it is. If you want to see these tears, we've played Liverpool next week. So follow the account. Follow the account. You could see it. You can see it all transpire next week. Alright, I'm going to do a TikTok video talking about the game as well. Goodness me. When will it end, Robbie? When will it end? We've got a minute to go. Villa just tweeted Spurs add another. Yeah, we wasted the cup, by the way, for this. We played a changed cup team. We threw the Palace game for this. I forgot all about that until someone said it on Twitter. Yeah. And that is full time. And my misery has been ended. Yeah, dismal. Absolutely dismal. Absolutely dismal. I think I've done all right with how I responded with all this. In all fairness, I got a lot of people clowning in the comments as usual. Yeah. If you're a Blues fan, you're playing League One. Hold that. Spurs are still below Villa, despite this. In fact, Spurs lose today. If they did lose, Ange could have been sacked. Arsenal lost and City lost. So all the big teams lose. You know, all the big teams lose. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll make a YouTube and probably TikTok video talking about this. Thank you all very much. As always, had lots of people, and like I said, 110 people in the TikTok live right now is incredible. For the final time, hit the follow button. Villa play Liverpool next week. So if you want more Villa tears, I mean, you'd imagine Villa would have a tough game next week. So follow the account. Be here next week. See you all again soon.